twos, that is.
Yeah, at least in twos. I mean, in twos, Olgrim is so strong, and he has been for such a long time. Sarme and Hysen, though, of course, not the first Olgrim they're gonna have to deal with, and not the last one either. Going into the first game of Sarme Hysen versus Solarson Spectre on Demon Island.
Let's see how it ends up playing out here. Solarson already opening off pretty aggressively here. You know, they're all just sort of scrapping, they're all getting a feel of each other. There is no, like, big plays made quite yet until Gauntlets send you off stage. And that is what Sarme is trying to set up.
100%. Spectre is going to be thrown off stage by Sarme, getting back quite quickly though. A lot of damage build up, and again, we have a really strong start from Sarme and Hysen, with Sarme barely taking any damage. Going down to orange now, but how does he do it, man?
Yeah, no, that's going to be a lovely question to answer here. That's going to be one recovery, and that's going to be also, I'm not sure what move actually took out that stock, but Brawlhalla taking out that first one off of Spectre. Sarme needs to find a way to land, just being nice and patient here, and then Solarson slides off with that and saying, I don't know what you're cooking.
Yeah, Hysen was a bit unsure there. Are we going for the 2v2 combo onto Spectre, or am I trying to follow up on Solarson? Great interrupt attack. But
that was like four of them, and they all missed. And you got hit for most of them, and then the last one took out the stock.
Dude, they're magnetic, okay? Don't question Akaya doing their thing, man. These things are magnetic, and everyone knows
I don't know, man.
If it's not working,
I don't know if like the Earth flipped polarity or something. Maybe magnets don't work like they used to. Maybe that is, that is the opposite of an attractor at that point.
I mean, listen, if your Kaya D-Sync isn't connecting, you're just not holding it enough. I know this, and Solarson knows this, which is why he's continuing to play in this manner. Just wait and see, Dara. You don't know yet. He's gonna show you real soon.
Yeah, that's a good point. You can just press it more, baby. You can just keep going for it over and over again. But right now, though, Spectre looking for an opening onto Sarme here. They sort of broken off into the 1v1. I like that neutral interruption, but it's not going to work out as Hysen just sort of takes it off the top.
Yeah, great recovery he was able to find there. Solarson was hunting him down, and he just real quick fast falls, finds that recovery, super clean knockout, and very, very crucial for this game. Now, in a 1v2 situation, going off the top of the screen, and Hysen is finding a lot of this aerial damage. His recoveries are looking clean tonight.
Yeah, Sarme and Hysen have a good dynamic. Sarme sits on the ground, Hysen goes up there with the recoveries, clock in, clock out, baby. But Sarme's stock is now going to be taken out here and now brought back down to his last, and that's going to be the edge guard. That's a massive sider, but honestly, I have some kind of optimism in me. I feel like Sarme still got this. Maybe it's a little bit of bias here, but if any weapon can do it, it is Gauntlets. You just got to set up that off-stage situation.
Yeah. As soon as he brings a player off stage, I am the first person to say, this is all of a sudden very, very doable. And there you go, he gets the Sair. Solarson using a great weapon throw though to save himself, able to get back up, and that's the beginning of a team combo. Whoa! And what is that? What is that combo? Able to close it out, and that is going to be Spectre and Solarson winning the first game.
That was not the team combo that I expected to see. The ground pound into the signature was definitely quite spicy. But yeah, lovely little game one for Spectre and Solarson. That was just like an unfortunate edge guard that Hysen had to eat off stage at the end there, right? That sort of ended up becoming a 2v1 situation. That being said, this game, to my eyes, it looked pretty even. I can't actually tell you who's going to win the set quite yet. We'll just have to see how this goes down.
And we are seeing a bit of a swap here. Hysen going over to the Wu Shang, rather the Ang crossover from Avatar. Now, going back again onto Demon Island.
Going on Demon Island, they're just going to be sticking with the stage, and let's see how it plays out. Sarme, immediate chase dodge down, finds it. Oh, buddy, relax. I'm looking at you. That's a ground pound, and Solarson is gone.
Okay, Solarson.
Wow.
Already down, and they're on to the next one. Immediately starting a little bit of a combo onto Spectre as well.
That's just Gauntlets, baby. And Sarme is not slowing down. Sarme is fueled by pure adrenaline that the Gauntlets are just constantly injecting into you here. This is a beautiful game to open off with. This is exactly how you want to start this off.
I am flabbergasted. That was insane. Solarson now has to play so carefully to be able to be there for Spectre, really. Spectre going down as well. Both Sarme and Hysen, they're getting a little bit damaged though.
A little bit damaged, but honestly, they got all the momentum behind him. But Spectre gonna do his best to cut that momentum short with that recovery off the side. Solarson taking out Sarme stock off the side, excuse me. And now it is 2 stocks apiece, and somehow even. It is actually the very slightest lead for Solarson and Spectre.
They are doing a really, really good job at taking this back so far. And as I've said, Dara, you know, 2 dots make a line. If they keep going with this trend, you know, they're gonna be in the lead pretty soon.
Solarson tossing out that weapon, able to make it back onto the stage here. And now, pressing that. Hey, I feel like that D-Sig was held for a while. And Sarme just ended up getting distracted by it. That just lost their stock there. So luckily Solarson didn't go punished for it, but come on.
Okay, nice 2v2 combo. So much damage, not quite the knockout, but I mean, they don't need it at this point. Sarme is 1 hit away. Spectre goes for the D-Sig. It's not going to be connecting. Side Sig, neither. But this is such a good spot for Solarson and Spectre to be in.
Oh, Sarme wanted to follow up with a downer, didn't find it. That could have been the start of something really big here. Missing that Wushang D-Sig is going to give Spectre a nice little opening. Taking a look back down at the ground here. Very basic dynamics. Sarme is staying grounded, picking up the gauntlets here, and Hysen is the one that is playing more so in the air. I would really like to see like the comparative like air time between the two. But right now, Sarme just needs to get his head into the game. That's a big opening. What can you make out of this?
Hysen with a good GC end life, but now stuck in the 1v2. He finds the Sair onto Solarson. And Light coming out. Sair follows it up, and that's 2-0 on the board. Sarme and Hysen had such an amazing start. Where did it all go wrong? I'll be the first to say Spectre. Spectre was the problem for Hysen and Sarme. He did 783 damage with 5 knockouts, Dara.
That is more than Hysen and Sarme combined. That is actually absurd. So yeah, going to the next game, Sarme opened off with all that momentum and adrenaline, but you know what? Sometimes you don't want to burn that candle a little bit too hot, and then it runs out, and you're like, wow, I still need lighting. It didn't really work out that way. So there isn't like a specific thing that I could like point to that like, oh, this was the underlying reason that Sarme and Hysen lost. Solarson and Spectre.
Sorry.
Just
yeah,
oh,
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Oh man, so yeah, I don't actually know what kind of adjustments need to be made going forward. They're down 2-0.
Yeah, no, they're down quite a lot, and we're seeing Sarme swapping for the first time in these 2 sets that we've seen him play. He's swapping over to that Olgrim. Sorry, no, Zol.
Oh, I got to see a little bit of Zola last week. Zola is in a very interesting spot. Fighting against Zola is like constantly stressful because you just have to be ready for your stocks to explode at any given point.
You have a lot of damage. You have the tried and the tested axe, which is insane in 2v2, and then you also just have a fridge to bonk people with.
Yeah, it's gonna be a time. So I'm curious to see if this switch is actually gonna work out. So right now, though, Spectre. Just looking to get something going and gets that side onto Hysen. Beautiful little ground pound, but unfortunately, or actually fortunately for Sarme, able to knock Spectre out there, and just by virtue of going through that 1 ground pound, you end up eating so much more damage. Wow.
Now still fairly even. Sarme and Hysen are in a slight disadvantage, but I mean, you've got so much damage on that Zol. You've got so much control with that spear that just a small little disadvantage, it's not going to matter too much.
Hysen, though, looking to get himself back into the game here. Huge recovery, able to get both of the opponents up.
Second
Spectre.
one.
Okay.
Oh, great
what a
follow-up
beautiful
as well.
combo.
Able to get that stock off. Now committing on to Spectre.
Spectre
This is a
needs to
great
find a
game
way to
from
make it
Sarme
back,
Hysen.
but yeah, there's nothing that you can do here. Sarme found that edge guy, but Sarme's first stock is finally gone here. This is such a different start. You have 5 stocks to 3. This is exactly how you want game 3 to go.
Yeah, Hysen and Sarme, they're definitely showing up this game. Able to find the recovery as well. Knocking Spectre down, and that could be the knockout on Hysen. No, he's still
It
in the
will
game. Okay,
end up being the knockout onto Hysen here. And look at this team combo with the neutraler as well. Sarme ate a lot of damage, but trying to get aggressive off stage with this cannon. You go through that ground pound, it doesn't actually connect. You make it back on, you get stage spike. The Spectre, you make it back on. Spectre is alive, and Spectre is fighting, is what I would say. Spectre is now gone. You will miss him.
The pogo stick taking him down, and now Hysen committing to this offstage, able to get a lot of damage. And I mean, this is just a confidence play right now, Dara. They are cooking.
Oh, what a grab though! Just saying, hey, get back off stage.
Stuck in between these two players, able to get the GCD light recovery, but he has so much work to do before this is close to winnable. Sarre comes out, and that is going to be the win. Sarme and Hysen completely changing their team composition, given a little bit of a mental boost, have taken back the set.
They've dealt over 1,000 damage together. I really like the switch onto the Zola, honestly. With how aggressive of a player that Sarme is off stage, some of those like off stage engagements were exactly like what Zol kind of allowed you to do when you had Cannon. I feel like at some point Gauntlet didn't work so well for Sarme, so this switch, I like this switch. You get more damage, you're able to mix it up with a new weapon here. I like what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I definitely like what I'm seeing too. Spectre and Solarson, though, I feel like with such a dominant showing that they had earlier, they definitely have the adjustments in the bag to be able to take this back. And it looks like, if you're not sure what you're doing, you're not sure how to win, just add some more Olgrim. We have the double Olgrim now, the Solarson swap.
Yeah, Solarson gonna be going on over here. Let's see how this ends up playing out. Otherwise, things are kept mostly the same. Double Olgrim, though, is a time. You'll find yourself getting sandwiched by axes. You'll find yourself getting sandwiched by lances. Olgrim is so good at twos, why not have two of them?
You can never have too much Olgrim, can you? Now, so far, we're going also over to small line fortress with again the funny angle at the bottom of the stage. Could be potentially seeing some funny stuff off stage with that, especially considering how much off stage is being played by Sarme. So far, fairly even across the board.
Sarme looking for a way to make it back on here. That was a good sider. Goes for the weapon toss, and Spectre doesn't want to fully commit to it. That was quite a favorable weapon spawn. You have Lance on hand. Taking a look at the other side of the stage. Hysen eating a huge hit. Goes up there with the bow recovery. What do you actually do here? Hysen can't seem to make it back. Okay. Sarme wanted to hit Hysen and was like, hey, I think it's too late. I can't do this. And was already off stage and then ended up losing his stock. That is the worst outcome. That is not good.
Yeah, Solarson with a clutch axe ground pound coming in there, sweeping to clean up as well. There's the D-Sig coming out, this time not from Solarson, but from Hysen, and that's so much damage in such a short time frame. Solarson and the Spectre, they're keeping the heat up, but Hysen and Sarme, they respond quickly. That's both stocks down.
Both stocks down. And Sarme and Hysen have just eaten a lot of damage here. They're trying to make it up a little bit. If anybody can even it up, it is Sarme with Zol. But, ooh, you have to interrupt that spear combo. I like going for the neutral instead of anything like a side or recovery, which would have, like, attacked your teammate.
They are doing a super good job at taking this back right now. Sarme and Hysen able to knock down Spectre. Maybe Solarson soon to follow as they get a little bit of a team combo started. Not quite going to be the knockout, but they have a lot of damage build up at this point.
They have a lot of damage built up, and it definitely exploded in their faces. Sarme and Hysen put out down to the last stock, and Solarson, if they want a good shot at keeping this, they have to stay alive here. Getting all of these lovely little anti-airs with the axe. Now you knocked off stage, no weapon, go through the high recovery. That didn't actually KO. Solarson is still somehow alive against all odds, and Spectre is dealing some damage onto Hysen, but that's finally going to be it. Hysen took out Solarson's second stock.
Oh. Yeah, dangerous spot for Spectre as well, but he used that lance there to land safely. Now, Spectre very, very damaged so far up into the air. You see Sarme and Hysen, they're hunting him down, and Spectre, barely any options, is going to be able to get back up. Takes the recovery to the face, though. He still touches the wall, and Solarson is doing such a good job occupying Sarme and Hysen. They're not able to commit to him. That's one stock down, and this is the 1v2.
Oh no, Sarme missed that sider. That was a huge opening. And now take a look at what's happening. Sarme just not in a good position at all. How do you get the stock off of Spectre? You're slowing it down. You're playing as patient as possible. But when you're fighting two Olgrims, that is two lances. That is too much space that they covered against you.
They're coming out. Trying to stay on this edge guard, gets the recovery, and that is going to be it. Spectre and Solarson are going to be advancing in the tournament, knocking out Sarme and Hysen.
Seeing Sarme just basically understand how brutal of a position it is to be unarmed, going up against two Ulgrims, both of whom are holding Lance. Spectre and Solarson like